The following content is not meant for children. Hello, and welcome back. I am Maester Aelix, and this is Shadowrun Hong Kong. We are right back where we left off here, having just gotten sweet revenge on the plastic-faced man for killing our father. And man, oh man, revenge is sweet. I mean, we didn't need to, and I probably shouldn't have, but I wanted to. So let's go back to Hioi. Revelations. The trip from Shep Mai back to Hioi is quiet as you process the information revealed by the plastic-faced man. Prosperity is a name. Two names, actually. One is a secret project Raymond was working on before he left for Seattle. The other is the corporate headquarters of Sang Mechanical Services. And Prosperity Tower is where Raymond Black is being held, alive. It is also where his memory is in the process of being reprogrammed by his mother, and time is ticking. The plastic-faced man proved surprisingly amenable and quite useful before you killed him. Your next stop is Kindly Chang. She'll want to hear this. You step out of the MTR station into the balmy night air. An impenetrable wall of clouds, heavy with imminent rain, has blown in from the south. It covers the stars and causes them to wink out one by one. You can smell something on the air, something electric. The wind whips up around you, and the clouds begin moving in a thick grayscale swirl. The spiral builds and grows, shimmering with faint amber light. As you watch the clouds roil in the sky, the sounds of the cities retreat. A bubble of soft white noise replaces them, wrapping around your head and reflecting your own heartbeat back on you. You look down from the clouds and see the light of the docks, dancing a warm, saturated bloom. Take a trid shot with my PDA. You raise your wrist to capture the view with your PDA's built-in camera. The image swims into focus on the machinery's tiny screen, and the camera's lens adjusts to the light. And that's when the first twinge tickles your chest and lets you know something is coming. A moment later, you feel incredible tightness in your chest. It feels like your heart is being crushed under the foot of a giant. Your vision grows gray and your sense of balance disappears. Gradually, the blood rushes to refill the organ, inflating like a balloon. I'm going to use my willpower to calm myself. You calm yourself. Breathe. Gradually, your heart rate normalizes and the world swims back into focus. Something is very definitely wrong, but you're able to face it with a clear head and steady heartbeat. You place one foot in front of the other, determined to face whatever this is and overcome it. A tingling sensation washes over you, suffusing you to the core. You stumble forward, and every cell in your body seems to vibrate. The energy thrums inside of you, pulsating, building an unbearable crescendo, and then you're on the other side of it. You find yourself standing in a familiar courtyard, the walled city. You're back in the walled city, just like in your dreams. You can taste the stench of the place, the mildewed plaster, the wet dog stink of the slum. What the? The crumbling facade of tenement buildings lean into one another above you, closing in either side of creating a narrow walkway. Just like in your dreams, there's nowhere else to go, nowhere but forward, down the path ahead. I'm going to stay where I am. You plant your feet and wait. Wait for something to change, for the walled city to fade away and the Hioi docks to return. You wait for what feels like hours. Nothing changes. I guess I'll start walking then. You let your legs carry you forward. You feel a creeping sense of certainty in the back of your mind, and it tells you that you've taken this same walk hundreds of times before. The sense of claustrophobia mounts and builds with your every step you take. It feels like you're worming your way forward down a long, dark tunnel. The humidity of the place sticks to your skin. As you proceed deeper into the walled city, a low rumble fills the air, the noise of enormous gears in motion. You feel hollow, empty, and with every step you take you can feel that emptiness growing, an unbearable yearning unlike any hunger you've ever known. I'm going to stop again. You stop walking, plant your feet, the world stops moving around you. You close your eyes and breathe a sigh of relief. When your eyes open again, you find yourself moving forward. You don't remember telling your legs to walk, but that's what they're doing, carrying you forward, deeper into the walled city, just like you did in your dreams, just as you always have. Off in the distance, an alien silhouette beckons to you. It's her, The tall, slender thing from your dreams. The elusive figure you've always been moving towards, but never quite reach. A crowd of local lines in the path ahead, kneeling in supplication. They look emaciated, all skin and bones, clothed head to toe in dirty rags. And we'll examine the kneeling figures. You stare at the nearest kneeling figure, a wiry woman, or a wily man in his late 20s. He locks eyes with you. Slowly, his mouth yawns open. The man has no teeth. They've been pulled, and recently, from the looks of it. His gums are a bloody, pitted mess. As you stare into the black void of his mouth, his tongue comes lolling out. It looks like it was caught in an industrial accident, a swollen, twisted slab of meat. The corner of the young man's mouth twitch upward into a ghastly smile. What happened to you? The man with the ruined tongue doesn't respond. He kneels in silence, staring as your feet carry you past him. Seconds later, he fades from view. Your legs carry you deeper and deeper into the beating heart of the tenement. If you haven't reached the center yet, you must be close. It's incredibly hot and humid in here. The sweat rolls down your body in sheets. Your thoughts go hazy with the heat, and a dim sense of unease takes root in the pit of your stomach. Focus on the uneasy feeling. You try to concentrate on the unease that you're feeling, but you find it impossible to focus. The omnipresent sound of grinding gears isn't helping. Looking up, you can see where the noise is coming from. A hatch. The same door you saw in your nightmare back when all of this began. The markings on the door are legible now. A single word, faded in yellow paint. Prosperity. Suddenly, impossibly, the alien figure that you've been moving towards is standing right in front of you. At the same time, your vision finally clears, and ice water runs through your veins. The walled city isn't a slum at all. It's an enormous, gaping maw. The buildings are a forest of crooked teeth. The thing reaches for you. With inhuman speed and grace, it plunges fingers of polished ivory into your mouth. Slowly, terribly, it begins to wrench your jaw open. You can feel your teeth splinter and break, and rough fingers on your shoulders snap you back to reality. The hand clenches into a vice-like grip and yanks you backward off your feet. You come crashing down to the floor of the MTR station. You can feel a rush of wind just in front of you. A passing train. What's wrong with you, Maester? Strangler Bow eyes you coolly. Auntie Cheng's lost too many runners already. Besides, there are cleaner ways to end your life than jumping in front of a train. Thank you, I owe you my life. He grunts. You're right. Now get up and get back to the floating wreck you sleep in. You don't get to die unless Mrs. Cheng says you do. I am so glad I saved him now. I mean, I was glad before. I am even more glad now. And good lord, I've got 16 karma. Yes! Okay. Body is good. Quickness we'll work on. Willpower. That has saved me now. And we're going to work on that. Yes, I think that's finally the one I wanted to get to. Strength is good. Yeah, we got that. Close combat. Throw in a little bit. And quickness. Yeah, quickness 3. There we go. Confirm. Ooh, we got some good stats now, boy. Now, we can trade out one of these spells for the one that's been in storage, I think. Alright, let's go to the Mahjong parlor. Ooh. New people. Human refugee. A pair of men, refugees from the look of them, stand near the city entrance. They're absorbed by the conversation, voices low. The elf sways nervously as he speaks, but the human is steadfast. His gravelly words are harder to make out than the elf's, but you can hear the agitation in them. Neither man seems to be aware of your presence. Telling you, first chance we get, we gotta get out of here. Leave the country. Things are so backed up, even if the walled city were gutted and cleaned out tomorrow, we'd still be wading through the fallout. Prejudice won't just disappear. The elf's head dips down in agreement. I know, you're right. You always are. I spoke to my sister. She's on board. Didn't take much convincing either. The few of us who know about the monsters don't want to be anywhere near the city. Things like that, they leave a mark on the place. It'll never be right again. I'm just gonna walk away. Don't want to bother these new people. Triad Enforcer, oh boy. One at Kindly's Enforcer bars the path from the walled city into Hioi, blocking the walkway with his body. A woman is in a ragged shawl stands in front of him, her hands clasped, begging to let through. He doesn't move. Please, you have to let me through. My husband and children are already in Hioi. I need to meet them. I have to. Nice try. Back off. Don't get in here. Nobody does. You should probably listen to what he says. His boss owns this town. And tell this boss that she's wrong. Please, I have to find my family. I don't know your family, woman. You probably don't even have one. I, on the other hand, do have people in Hioi, and if I disobey Auntie Chang, what happens to them won't be pretty. I understand. Kindly's just trying to keep the peace. Exactly. With everything that's going down, the last thing Kindly wants us to have to worry about is the population of Hioi suddenly tripling. We aren't taking anybody. Period. The refugee's tear-streaked face twists into a snarl. Pig bastard, why won't you let us through? I'll come back with so many others you can't hope to stop us. We can't stay in the walled city. Not with what's coming. We won't. You be my guest, woman. Bring as many friends as you like. He pats a conspicuous bulge under his jacket. I'll make sure to have a bullet for each of you. Yeah, that's Kindly Chang. So many other people to talk to. We have a job to do. And I'm going to go to the boat real quick. See if there's anything there that is worth looking at. Oh, I can't. The board the boat button's gone. Okay. To Kindly Chang it is, I see. Doop, 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 doop. Oh, look, everybody's here. The walk through the mahjong parlor is punctuated by the tantalizing smell of coconut and fried confection. Your crew surrounds Kindly Chang, watching uncomfortably as she peels small egg-shaped delicacies from a waffle-like pastry and pops them into her mouth. Each time she does, her eyes close in ecstasy and a soft sound comes from her throat. There you are, Maester. Your crew tells me that you were able to locate and interrogate the plastic-faced man. The straw saddle's eyes grow narrow, and her rusty voice takes on a jagged edge. They haven't told me his current disposition, however. I assumed everything went as I instructed. Yes, Auntie, we took one of Josephine's pieces off the board. Kindly Chang's nostrils flare with a sharp inhale, and her eyes glisten in triumph. That was for you, Nightjar. I trust you got something useful out of him? We got plenty. Wu sounds eager. He gave us data dump on everything we knew about Prosperity Tower. First-hand info. Josephine's headquarters? She puts down the pastry, rubs her nose, considering. That could be useful, I suppose. What do you intend on doing with it? We're going to rescue Raymond. He's alive, Auntie, just as I said he was. Josephine's holding him there. She's doing something to his brain. Something to his brain? She takes another bite of the pastry. What is that old bitch up to now? Based on the memory that Mr. Plastic showed us, it looks like she's trying to rewire her son's memories, using something called ASSIST, Artificial Sensory Induction Systems Technology. It allows the user to record, process, and feed synthetic sensory input into the brain. Like a SimSense chip? Yes, Auntie, it's the technology that led to SimSense. It's also what allows Deckers to enter the Matrix and grants riggers the neural connection to their drones. An expert assist technician could even alter someone's personality, memory, even identity. I'm guessing experts like that don't grow on trees. Definitely not. Changing someone's memories requires a world-class expert in assist and a massive amount of computing power. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing to him, but I'm guessing that his mom wants him to forget something, or remember it differently, maybe. We're going to get Raymond before he isn't Raymond anymore. That means a run on Prosperity Tower. Isabel and I have been studying the data the plastic face man gave us about it. Lots of good intel to mine there. Alright, how do we stop Assist from rewiring Raymond? All we know is that an Assist device is located in Lab 12. It's the only one in the building. Now I doubt that Grandma will just hand over the proceeds of her system if we ask nicely. So we'll need a Decker to access the Assist device and eject him from the system before she scrambles his brain. Got it. What does the Decker need to do to eject him safely? Like I said, we don't know. We're going to have to improvise. Figure out when we get there. Alright. Talk to me about the security setup. How do we get to Raymond? The key to this operation are the 3 security stations located on different floors. The matrix systems in these security stations are the command and control hubs for the entire building's security. As such, they're the best place to find where Raymond Black is being held. And that's all we have on his location? All we know is that he's being held somewhere called Lab 12. But where that is or how to get in is something we need to figure out on site. If things go hostile, the best thing to do is to get an alarm panel or a matrix security node and shut things down. If we're noticed, we'll have a brief window to cut the link to the alarm system. If we do that, we will isolate the whole floor in the security system. The rest of the building won't know what's happening there. If the alarm goes off when we cut the link to the alarm system, we can spoof the system, tell it we've moved to another location. That might work once or twice, but if we spoof too many times, they'll figure it out. How long is this brief window to cut the alarm? Maybe 30 seconds, maybe less if the network isn't cluttered with traffic. It's all there as a failsafe so security doesn't stampede all over the building if a janitor forgets to close a door. What else do we have on these security stations themselves? Staffing weaknesses? Only one thing worth mentioning. Isabel looks over to Wu. The only way into a security station is with a key card, and guards on each floor carry a card to the station on that floor. So we can get a card by taking out. We can get a card by taking them out. There may be other ways of getting key cards. Wu crosses his arm across his chest. Like I said, security stations are the key to this operation. They provide multiple opportunities to exploit the system and determine how to approach the incursion. Alright. We go in as quiet as possible until we have no choice. We don't need the entire building full of security on us. Roger that. We'll be as quiet as rats. I see what you did there. So what station do we hit first? The little Decker purses lips. No way to know. We'll need to take one of them and use it to determine our next step. It's like we have directions to go find a map. What about the guards? Quantity? Training? Standard corp security for the most part, but Sang has rapid response squads for high priority events. That would be us. Is Gobbett right? Do you think the intrusion into Lab 12 would qualify as a high priority event? Judging by the way Grandma Sang took out Carter, Gutshot, Nightjar, I'd say she isn't interested in anyone getting anywhere near her son. I expect to face Sang's elite security once we find him. That's all I need to know about security. Let's hope it's enough to give us an edge. Alright, how do we make our approach? Fortunately, Prosperity Tower is one of Sang's lower security locations. It's mostly administrative, marketing, that sort of thing. That's good. Kindly turns to Enforcer. Mr. Bao, give the runners those old Sang security passes you used on that hijacking last year. Yes, Miss Chang, I'll get them. Those passes should get you through the lobby. The Triad boss pokes a fingernail between her teeth to dislodge a piece of pastry. You'll still need to explain your presence, Maester, so I don't expect to just walk on through. Looks like it's the front door for us. Isabel leans over to Gobbett. Hope those old security passes work, Gobbett. Well, it's better than nothing. Gobbett leans back to Isabel. Hope it's not a visible shadow running tool, is. We can't expect to stay in cover for long. One way or another, things are going to get hot. That's all I need to know. One other thing. While I was helping Duncan verify much of the data as I could, I decided to collect our marker with Bull and his team of runners. Oh, good call. We need all the help we can get. Yeah, no kidding. Turns out Bull and his other runner friends hit Sang a few months back. We were low rent smash and grab for another corp, but they got a quick scan of the building's matrix security before they rabbited. They gave us data flags that pinpoint where the security nodes are located inside Sang's system. So when we jack into the security system, we will be able to make a direct attack on the security node. That could buy us the seconds we need to cut the alarm. Guess that marker was useful. Kindly cuts in, licking her fingers with loud smacking noises. One more thing, Maester. While you're in her headquarters, look for something to use to incriminate and embarrass Josephine Sang. I want dirt. I want something I can feed to an acquaintance on the executive council. Someone who stands to gain from it. Does this dirt come with a cash bonus? She pops another egg treat into her mouth and her eyes close with pleasure. Of course, my sweet, of course. Now go enjoy Prosperity Tower and give Josephine Sang my regards. Wow, that sounds really tough. So this is a great time for me to take a break. So here's where I'll say thank you all for joining me. I really hope you're enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying making it for all of you. If you do, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and of course share, because sharing is caring, and it is also free and easy to do. And if you do like things, please check out the links down below, because that's where all the really good stuff is. And otherwise, thank you all for joining me, and I shall see you all next time.